This week on What Do You Got? My partner's hot. Stay tuned.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh, yeah.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to What Do You Got? I'm Andy Smith.
I'm Tim Fulton.
And this is What Do You Got? As I just said, we're both a little fucking hot in here.
We never start these off well anymore.
No, we
know
don't.
What happened.
No. So this is where we just pick a topic and the other person doesn't really know what it's about. And
Yep.
this week is Tim's topic. Tim, what do you got?
How important is sexual attraction?
It's the only thing.
Specifically, the only thing that matters.
The only thing.
So I am back in the dating game officially,
Okay.
as I have annoyed the fuck out of you with.
Yeah.
We need to tighten this.
That's what she said.
That's
Or he said.
it fits. And I've gone out with two different people. And the first guy I went out with was a very nice guy. And we got along very well. And I kind of felt terrible about myself.
Okay.
Because both times I walked away from it being like, I don't know if this is going to work.
Because of all this?
Yes.
All of it.
All of
of
it.
it.
And to double down on me feeling bad, he was telling me about how hard he's been working. He used to be 310, and he lost like 85 pounds,
How tall?
like not quite 6 feet. So, got to give the guy credit.
100%.
He's grinding like he's doing everything right. He was a nice guy, smart guy, successful guy, relatively successful. So like a lot of the things there were cool, but I just walked away from it. And in my head, I'm just like, this is how I answer my own question. I in my head say, can I have sex with that person? And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought you were going to come up with this, like, grandpa sit on my knee advice.
No,
And you're like, you just got to ask yourself this question, son. Just like this long thing. And you're just like, can I fuck them? That's your bottom line. Can I have sex with them? No. Yes.
Yo, I might be a faggot, but I'm still a dude.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I mean, yeah. But it's not like it's the guy literally has to be JJ Watt, as an example. But my thing is, would I enjoy having relations with this person if I'm going to be putting it more politely?
Okay.
So I'm just asking in a broad sense, how important is sexual attraction?
It's very important.
Thank you.
And the thing is that I don't think that you should have to apologize for saying that, because I think it's...
Imagine I texted him and I was like, it's not your...
You're so fat, bro. Pick up a weight,
Yeah.
not a sandwich. No.
No, I refuse to say those things. He's grinding hard. He's doing the correct
No,
thing.
100%. We're just joking around.
Yeah.
We don't have to apologize for everything. Sorry. No, but attraction is the first thing that you notice about someone because you don't know them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You find someone that you find attractive. That's a wide range for everybody out. Like, everyone has a different way. Like some guys like super, super skinny, tiny little girls, and some of them like them gigantic, huge, whatever. That's fine.
And some people don't even look at the physical. Like, they're attracted to, like, oh, you're so funny. It turns me on. Like, some people are weird with stuff like that.
But
not weird.
That's more personality. I'm assuming you're asking, like, only physical.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, obviously the personality. Like, if you go up and somebody's like, oh my God, like, he's a bartender, he didn't even ask me if I want it. Like, you're like, I don't know. I don't want that. But the physical part is a wide range. And I don't think you should, like, apologize for saying that that's important.
Yeah.
Right? I think why people get mad is because, like, the common ones are usually not what most people are across the board, right? And I think it's fair to say that, like, guys tend to get a little more shit about, like, saying what they like rather than girls.
They do.
I don't ever hear when some girl's like, "Oh my god, name that Marvel superhero guy is so hot because blah blah blah." Every dude is like, "Fair enough, dude's in shape.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got $1 million." Like, yeah. But like, if you say something that's like, "Well, that's the misogynistic fucking people who, oh, you have to be blah 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 blah," it's like, yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. That's a genuine point. If I had to right now in this moment say which sex as a general group is more shallow, I don't think I'd be able to answer it. I think guys are more outwardly shallow. Like, I think
It's not what the perception has been for our lives growing up, which
Yeah.
has always been guys are so shallow.
yeah.
Because I'll tell you this right now, girls are allowed to be openly shallow. And I mean that in a, not like a written in stone fucking across the board, but how many times do you see or hear guys going on dates or talking to a girl on a whatever, and the question, how tall are you?
Bro.
How tall are you?
5'7" 3/4.
That's like saying, and here's the thing, how tall are you? And this is my gripe with this, and I'm going to kind of dig my heels in a little bit. Being shallow with somebody about something that they cannot change about themselves, in my opinion, I don't know how much worse it is, but it's worse than something that can be changed.
because there is a little bit of personality play in with the things you can change.
No. I'm talking body-wise.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So continue.
So if the equivalent to that, which is not really an equivalent, would be, well, how much do you weigh?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But you can change your weight. You can lose weight. You can't grow more once you stop growing.
I've tried.
You try all the time. I see you and nothing. But
Just reach up.
yeah, but that in fact is like it makes it a little bit more of a shallowy type thing, and it's very common. And you, as a guy, you can't be like, well, this bitch asked me how much I weigh, and people don't go like, or like, how tall are you? They don't freak out. They're just like, like whatever, bro, like let it go, like you'll find somebody. Whereas if a girl was like, he asked me how much I weigh, they're like, that piece of shit, like, is a little bit of a difference. But I think it's fair to say that attraction is a big part of stuff, right?
Yeah.
If you say no, I challenge you. If it's not important, if attraction is not important, ask your spouse if they think that you are attractive. And if they say no, you should be okay with that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
How many relationships would end if the person was just adamantly like, no, I don't find you attractive. I like your personality.
A lot.
Right? It's important.
It is important.
It's important. I heard this one thing that was it's crude advice, but it's some of the best advice that you can basically not give to somebody else, but for yourself. You should try to stay in the same physical condition that you were in when you met your spouse.
What you're saying.
Like, you should try to attain around that area.
Yeah, you and I are drifting a little bit apart on this one. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
We're drifting a little bit apart.
But I'm just saying, as far as how important is attraction, I'm saying that the first thing that you see with somebody is their looks, right? And they came up to you because you looked like somebody that they find attractive.
Yeah.
So for me, I try to stay in shape, not just for myself, but because I'm like, well, I don't like my girlfriend doesn't want some beast crawling on top of her, sweating and shit. You know what I mean? That's not when I met her.
Yeah.
So
it's not what
that's
she
probably
signed up
not
for.
what she wants. You know what I mean? But you can obviously you get older and all that stuff, but attraction is a big part of that. And some people roll the genetic lottery.
Yeah.
Some people don't.
Some people don't.
It sucks.
It does suck.
Yeah.
Sitting here at 5'6".
That's what I'm saying.
Every time I talk, it's lower.
Yeah, no, but that's a valid point though.
Yeah.
You can't
change that.
You can't change that.
I can't change
You can't change it.
I can lie as much as I want online. I actually met up with a guy once. This is a weird tangent story, and I am legitimately 5'7" and 3/4. I'm exactly that height. I know that for a fact. So I say 5'8". Give me the quarter of an
Yeah.
inch. and the guy put 5'10", and we showed up, he was shorter than me.
Yeah. See that now you're lying.
Now you're lying. I mean, like, he was noticeably, like, so he's like 5'6". So I'm sitting there like, you try to get away with 4 inches of height, 4 inches. That's kind of a big lie.
That's a huge lie.
I get it.
So let me ask you a question. If a girl shows up in heels
Mm-hmm.
and makeup and you know, she's got a push-up bra on, she's got the butt lift fucking whatever the fuck they make and all that stuff to a first date or guy, and a dude shows up in 3-inch lift shoes, which one do you think is more of a bullshit lie?
I mean,
I don't think about it the same. I'm geared to think that the guy coming in the lifts is a fucking liar.
okay.
But that the woman is just like, that's how you should expect it.
Because it's a cultural norm.
Yes.
You know if on paper, just throwing random shit out there, if on paper she's a 6 and she can doll up to an 8, and you go out on a first date, you know that you're getting the 8. You know that there's a 6 behind there. Or you should somewhat kind of expect that that's going to be what's going to be occurring. It's a cultural norm.
There's more guesses.
Yeah, if a guy shows up in like boots, like work boots that are making him 2 to 3 inches taller, well, that's kind of, and then like you go home and he takes them off and you're just like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like a fib. Like, you're not expecting that. It's kind of like a shocker.
Okay, so we do all these things. Why?
A shocker.
Why do we do all these things? Because attraction is important.
Because
if it wasn't, we wouldn't do any of that stuff.
Yeah. You got to trick them long enough to get with them.
Yeah, so on a scale of how important it is, I think that it's not 100% because you're not going to like be with somebody that you can't stand being around.
Exactly. And I don't even think I would say it's the most important thing either.
No, it's not.
It's not. But it's definitely, I don't want to.
It's a weird combination. I feel like the combination, you're going to do a shitty math thing and you're like, dude, it's like 70% important, but personality is like 90%.
It's like, and this isn't what I actually think it actually plays out to. It's like you have like 5 different components and each component can add up to let's go on a date.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of how it feels.
Yeah, but attraction is important.
It is.
Right? Because if you, those people are like, oh, give it a chance or whatever. It's like, okay, then you see that person over there that you threw up in your mouth when they walked in, give him a chance or give her a chance. They'll be like, I don't want to. Why? They look like their personality sucks. Like, come on. You know why.
You know why.
You're not attracted to them.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's okay. But no, that's, so what percent? I mean, can't really put a percentage on it.
No, it's hard to verbalize.
How do we get away from like that whole thing, or are we away from that where people are like allowed to say that they don't find something attractive? Because usually it's like a negative connotation.
Whatchamacallit?
He said, she said?
No. Devil's advocate here.
Okay.
So I have gone on a date with a guy, I won't be too specific, that I had always thought I would not be sexually attracted to.
Okay.
And I was wrong. I was. For whatever reason, it just worked for me. And there was no way. So it's hard.
You didn't know you weren't until you met him, or you had already met him and thought you weren't?
When I met him, I realized I knew immediately I was sexually attracted to him. But like if
So
someone
that's different, though. You didn't meet him yet.
Yeah, but if someone was to describe the person to me, I'd be like, that's not going to work for me. So like,
okay.
And in the digital age, it's a little wonky because a huge amount of people are meeting each other online. So you can literally put in what your criteria is into a search algorithm and look for these things.
But that's all on the DL.
That is all in the DL. But I'm just saying that I'm 100% on board where sexual attraction is obviously completely relevant, but you might not want to pigeonhole. You might not want to pinhole yourself too much because you might surprise yourself with outcome. Maybe there is a guy who is 5'7" and coming close to 200, and it's not the good 200.
100% agree.
But for whatever reason, you just look at him, you're like, that's a hot piece of fucking ass. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you what it is, but I'm going to tap it.
Yeah, but I think we're talking about different things when you say that, though, because what I'm saying, I guess what I'm thinking of is basically like you meet someone in person
Okay.
and
yeah.
you're like, I don't find them attractive.
Yeah,
Not like you
yes.
get a description or you have a type, because there's always going to be one-offs. Like the ones where you're like, well, I only usually date X kind of person. And then like the person I end up marrying is none of those. It's like, it doesn't have to be that, but
Yeah.
but when you actually meet them in person and
Yeah.
you talk to them and you're like, not attracted to them. Like that's, I think, fair for you to say if you're
Yeah.
just not attracted to them. But like, I feel like for when, at least when we were growing up, like that wasn't a good excuse as to why you're not going out
Especially
with
when
someone.
we were like in high school. Like people think you were like a dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
To an extent. It depends on who you asked. It was weird. It
Yeah.
was weird. Weird times.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely important. You can't, I don't think you can you be with somebody that you're not attracted to?
See, I don't think I could be. And maybe everyone has a different answer, but I find sex to be very important in a relationship. Very important. So
It's one of the main complaints when it doesn't happen.
exactly. So if I'm not enjoying that aspect of a relationship, I'm not enjoying the relationship. It's going to bring us both down. I didn't have the same level of sex drive as me.
Okay.
I'm not even talking like they weren't quite there. I'm like, they weren't there at all.
Okay.
So like, same thing. Like it was a miserable relationship because it wasn't a relationship in my definition.
Yeah.
So I think some people might be like, I don't really need to I just kind of want to be around someone I enjoy. Maybe they don't need to physically enjoy. So it's probably
Yeah,
a different answer for a lot of different people.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I didn't think about that aspect.
See,
of it.
you thought we were going to be completely shallow, but we ain't. We ain't.
No, we're
We're
just
a lot shallow.
yeah, probably more than we thought. No. Yeah, I don't. So what if there's one thing about like the stigmas that we grew up with that bother you when it comes to like giving someone shit for being quote shallow, or what's one thing that like either guys or girls get more than the other one does? Like either they get away with more or they get more shit for. Like what's one of those that you think shouldn't be the way that it is?
I think, in all seriousness, I think straight guys get the no pun intended, the shaft on this, because especially from like the more progressive community, like everyone's like, love who you love, like this, that, the other thing, be attracted to who you're attracted to, and then someone will come along and be like, I'm attracted to thin in shape women, and then they're like, well, that's kind of sexist, and like that's kind of like this, that, the other thing, and you're like, well, wait,
Yeah.
you just said I'm allowed to be attracted to who I'm attracted to, and I verbally told you what that is, and now you're belittling me for it.
Yeah.
That happens. That's a real thing. So it's either you agree and people are allowed to be who they're allowed to be attracted to, who they're allowed to be attracted to, which I think is the best for everyone, or no one's allowed to be attracted to anybody. A computer sets us up for life, and that's it.
Arranged marriages. It's worked
Arranged
for thousands
marriages.
of years.
Yes.
Dude,
That's what I'm going with. Sexual attraction matters a little.
bit.
None.
Nothing.
How many sheep do you have?
How many sheep does your father have? No, I definitely agree. And there's a weird thing where at least most guys that like I know, when their girlfriend, wife, whatever says like, oh, so and so in the movie, like he's so hot, or he's, what I would do to blah blah blah, they're like, whatever, fair enough. But when it's the other way around, it's always like, well, of course you like her because she, and it's this weird thing where I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's like guys know that they're not that, and that they know that they probably most likely will never be that, and that they understand that is something that people want to obtain.
Yeah.
So they're being realistic. Like, that is a desirable form. Visually, personality-wise, whatever. On the other end, it's like, I'm never going to be that. So you're saying that you like something that I'm never going to be, which is a reflection of what you feel about me.
Yeah.
So bad spouse. Bad. It's a weird thing, though, right? When have you ever heard a guy get upset for his wife, girlfriend, for calling another guy attractive? Like a movie star.
I'm sure it's happened, but
But that guy would get run out of the pack.
yeah.
He's a weakling.
I mean,
How is it in the gay community?
no, it's pretty much the same. Well, yeah, it's pretty much just it's two dudes. So you go back and forth.
So it's a guy. It's not a. It's a girl thing.
What?
It's mostly a girl thing.
I guess.
No, we're putting all our money on. We said it.
I don't know how to phrase it. I've been in specific relationships. I don't think all of my relationships would reflect all the other relationships in the homosexual community. Put it that way.
I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
Okay. Since you're dealing with all guys,
Yeah.
right? I'm assuming that everything we just talked about is probably like more the norm. With like of course you want to be attracted. It's no big deal.
Yeah, to the point where it's almost a little bit obnoxious. Going back to my online thing too, especially since you have numbers in front of you, it's almost like you're playing a numbers game instead
Numbers.
of how tall are they?
I
How
gotcha.
much do they weigh? And because dating apps for gay men are fucking terrible, how big are they? Like you can
Dude. It's
you,
hilarious. That might prove. Well, there's no female equivalent to how big are you. So
I guess
like
it's-
lesbian
I guess-
websites. No, that's not the same thing. You can see that. You can see from a picture if their boobs are big.
yeah, that's true.
But like the fact that dudes were like, listen, we got to get the most important information here for dating. All right, it's height, weight, dick size, and then religion. I don't know. Like it's just like everything else is just like fuck it. It's like those top three things.
Oh my
But go
God.
ahead.
I don't even know what I was talking. Oh, but so like seeing someone online and seeing someone in person is vastly different.
Yes.
You can look at a picture and be like, yeah, because there's a million other pictures to look at. You have like
And also, some people are very photogenic, and some people are not. Some
Yes.
people look exactly like they do
Yes.
in photos.
yes, but if you go out into the real world, which if I'll follow up on that, if you go out into the real world, you might find someone that you wouldn't find attractive online very
Yes.
attractive and surprise yourself. The problem being is that there's not meeting up with other gay people in real life is substantially harder. Unless like you're in New York City or something like that, because then you can like look at someone and be like, there's a 50-50 chance I can hit on you. But like outside of that, you have gay bars, which is there's one in northern New.
Oh, so you're saying like identifying who's gay?
Yeah. So if
So
I went
for the plumbing for well, assuming gender now, Tim. Assuming gender. I'm going to assume gender. Guys can look at a female, or females can look at a guy and be like, you're on the page I'm on, I'm going to hit on you.
yes, exactly. Especially
And your chances are pretty good that
your chances are pretty good. If you go to a bar and you find a girl you find attractive, we'll say this is 10 years ago, and you go to hit on her, there's a good chance, you have like a 95% chance she's at least heterosexual.
Yes.
And you got a shot. And me particularly, I like, not to get too specific, but I like bigger guys. I like guys who typically are taller than me. So if we are at the same bar and I go up to another dude who is like 6 foot and 210, and I say, yo, what's up, dude? And I start hitting on him, there's a good chance I'm going to get hit. Let alone, no, I'm not even
there's
joking.
a good chance that a hate crime is going to be
Yeah,
committed.
I'm not even joking about that one. Though, like that's 100%. That's like
yeah, no, I get
yeah.
it.
So you're almost kind of forced to meet people exclusively online unless you go to a bar and hope that someone's gonna
Yeah,
walk
you're
through.
kind of like bottlenecked into certain areas.
Yeah,
Now,
which makes things very, very weird and a lot more difficult.
now let me ask you a question.
Shoot,
How many lesbians do you know?
closely one. Not a big sample size.
The only reason I ask is I wonder if they have the same thing with the attractiveness, or if it's more about the personality there.
I knew a lesbian years ago. We actually dated in high school, and
That's the best sentence.
yeah, I know.
Like, you guys. I know I knew that story. Like I'm remembering it now. But you guys were like secret agents that didn't know each other. Were secret agents.
Yeah, I'll go into. No, you know what? I'm never gonna go into detail. No, that's never gonna be a thing. But I know. I mean, we're still friendly. We don't hang out or anything. I know she recently got married.
Okay.
That's the end of the story. So I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see like if they, because like I feel like
On a counter take on this.
because there's also that weird thing where like that is like also kind of very what do you call it, like distant for like a straight dude, or I guess even a straight woman, where like some say like lesbian couples, right? There's some that like they like their partner to look more like a masculine female, which is like sending counter, like in a regular like dumb Andy brain. I'm just like, I don't understand all the way. I get it because you're female, but like you want the attributes of like a male, and it's I just, you know what I'm saying?
I got one that'll freak you the fuck out.
Yeah, let me hear it.
So I used to play football in New York.
Okay.
And when I was there was this couple. They both the one guy played football, and the other guy just kind of came and watched, and he would go out to bars with us afterwards. And he was very effeminate. Very effeminate. Painted nails, dresses, like essentially was a woman but wasn't a woman.
Okay.
Wasn't transgender or anything like that. Just liked to be as effeminate as humanly possible.
Okay.
And that's it.
See, that's what I'm saying.
It's like
though.
the reverse of what,
But that's
the
what
same.
That's what I mean. Like, so if you're a guy and you like other guys, but you're dating a guy who is who has the personality of that's mostly like a woman as possible.
Yeah.
It gets into that, like, so does your partner like women, or does he like guys that look like women, or do you like that's where it's not like it's like a personal preference thing, but you don't see like, as far as like a straight guy, I don't see guys that date girls that try to look like guys.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. There are tomboys out there.
Tomboys, but not like I'm going to buzz my head down to a crew cut and I'm going to chew tobacco or whatever. But it's almost like the attraction part. Like if I was dating somebody and then all of a sudden the next day they were like, I'm going to get a mullet and I'm going to like, you know, try to look as manly as possible. I'd be like, I don't really like that because you're confusing my brain.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It confuses the brain.
You ever see that Family Guy episode?
No.
Lois cuts her hair, and Peter goes, she gets like a really short haircut, and Peter goes, with your hair and my man boobs, people are going to think we're lesbians. All right, guys, I think that about wraps us up. Let us know in the comment section what you think about this topic. How important to you is sexual attraction? Also, how crude are we? Are we terrible people?
Very crude. If we were like popular or famous, we would definitely be on the news tomorrow.
I feel like this is the definition of the Bro Down podcast.
100%.
This is what people want to know.
But here's the thing. These are the things that people talk about when they're not on camera, not at work with their buddies behind their TV, and that everyone's afraid to talk about. But I don't think we stepped on too many landmines there. We're just asking honest questions. I don't think we...
No, I think we did a really good job.
I said some dumb shit.
No, we did. If anyone, in all seriousness, if anyone didn't like this podcast, they're homophobic.
Yeah, see that? You're the problem, not us. This has been
Yeah, that's right. I fucking pulled it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the little bell notification so you get all of our podcasts. We'll catch you guys next time.
It wouldn't be a Bro Down podcast without a little bit of victim blaming.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day.